The attraction has to be massive for players, particularly if they reckon that their county is not going to do well. You could get a massive amount of money for going over there as well, which could set you up if you're going into your career. I can definitely see the attraction for guys disappearing from county panels this time of year.
Yeah, definitely, I suppose, and it really comes down to the teams that are knocked out of provincial championships early, because I just think that there's too much of a gap there. Like, there's a 6 to 7 week gap there before you play your next game, and you know, you're wondering what's going to happen with your club scene. Is the club championship going to get underway and things like that? And as you say, there is that attraction there of getting a few quid. There's no point saying it. We have to be open about it and say, yeah, players are getting paid to go out to America. They're getting looked after with free digs over there for the summer. You know, they're getting jobs on top of the money that they're getting for going over there. They're making good money there for maybe up to 8 to 12 weeks, 10 weeks. You know, so it is very attractive for any young GA player to go out there. And also, you know, as I just said to Ray outside here when we were just chatting about it, it's a life experience for young lads too. It's an opportunity to get out, see a bit of the world as well. You know, it's great weather. As I said, when I was over there, I was finished work at 2 o'clock in the day. I had most of the day to lay around, enjoy the sun and things like that. It's a great lifestyle, and it's only understandable why the younger players are going.
Yeah, well, Ray, so there's a few Westmeath lads out there, including your own clubmate John Egan, and again, you get to that age where it might be the last chance for an adventure before you start work. You can't hold it against lads, but I suppose a bit of a killer for you at club level, particularly to lose a very strong player to America at this time of year.
It is, yeah. At the minute now we have 2 guys over there. We've John Egan over there and Owen Maher, and it is a huge loss. Like when you're in a club where you might only have 18, 19 players, and then when you miss 2 out of your starting team, it really does it kills an awful lot. But I mean, you can't hold it against lads for going. I mean, it's a huge opportunity for them to make a bit of money, enjoy the weather over there, and it's a great old lifestyle over there as well. Like, I mean, you're finishing work up, but as Pete just said there, you could be finished work at 2 o'clock after basically doing nothing for a day, and then you're off then playing football in the evening. You can't blame lads for going. It's just such an attraction to go. Like.
Well, Athlone seems to be moving in the right direction, right? Because there was, I suppose, at the end of where you had a very good era of players at the turn of the last decade, those guys got old in the one batch and they had to be replaced. But lots of younger players now starting to come through. Yeah,
it is. I mean, obviously we had the likes of Fergal Murray, Tom Stewart Traynor, Rory O'Connell, all these guys like coming through, and then they, obviously as they started to get older, then it's okay because we actually have a great batch of young players coming through in behind them there. I mean, there's huge emphasis on the underage in Athlone at the minute, which is such a positive. I mean, we've the under 14s there playing. There's, I think it was Fela semi-final there in the All Ireland, and then we've been thereabouts with minor. We won under 21 there last year. We've under 16 championships all in the last 5 or 6 years. So I mean, it's a huge positive for the club, like that. Even though there are these lads here who are getting older and will eventually have to retire. I mean, they can't play forever. That there is these young lads coming in behind them, and there's no real worry that we're like, oh no, we're losing this man, because there's always someone there to come in behind them, which is a huge positive for us.
Big year for you as well, breaking through at Westmeath. You were involved in the 21s panel as well, but must be great to get involved in the senior panel for the first time, and at a time when other lads have been making their debuts for Westmeath as well.
Yeah, I was, in fairness. I mean, it's I wasn't expected that I'd do as well as I did. I was very happy with my year at a personal level. I was very happy with it. So I mean, it was a great kind of boost for me at that level, just to be up there playing Division 1 football. And like, I mean, you're out there playing against the likes of your Sean Cavan, your Michael Darmacauleys, these guys. I mean, you're almost going out kind of starstruck looking at them, but you get on with it, I suppose. But yeah, he's huge positive this year. Like, I mean, it's, I suppose, a poor run in the league, and obviously very disappointing to lose to Louth, but from a personal level, I was obviously very happy with it.
In a way, going straight into first division football, was it easier maybe to come in? As you said, obviously there's a certain amount of, whoa, look at who I'm playing against. Yeah. But was it maybe easier than, say, some of the lads who've been there for a while, and the fact that you were just parachuted straight into it?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the lads who were there last year, they were obviously, I suppose there was more pressure on them. I didn't feel like there was as much pressure on me. No one really expected a whole lot of me. It's kind of just the young lad been thrown in, like it was. So I suppose that the lads that have been there for the last 5 or 6 years, there's an awful lot of pressure on them to perform, especially after the good league campaign last year. And this year I just kind of felt like the older lads on the team, like the likes of Desi, Dolan, Dennis Glennon, these guys, they eased me into it. They were able to give me a few, I suppose, words of wisdom before games and stuff. So I mean, that was obviously a great help when you have these guys there to help you along. Like.
Looking forward then, I suppose, to next week. How did you feel when the draw came out and you saw you had Cavan in 1B? Away from home, probably not the easiest draw at all here.
No, I mean, when you're travelling away, especially up to the northern counties, I mean, you are really in with a struggle there. It's always going to be very tough up there. But I think the thing is, we're all trying to stay positive about it. I know, obviously, there'd be a lot of criticism of the team over the last couple of months, especially like with the league campaign. But I mean, we're all staying positive. We know that we have the players there to perform, and the performance will come. Like, I mean, we've done an awful lot of work in training, like an awful lot of hard work has gone in over the last couple of months, and came back very early, kind of get everything back. Bealing obviously came in, and we just trying to get the whole thing back on track now is probably the hardest thing. But I reckon that we've a seriously good chance of beating Cavan now away, so I wouldn't have any huge concerns. Obviously they're going to be a tough side, but I mean, I wouldn't have any huge concerns. We'll obviously look at our own game and build from there.
Well, PJ, how do you reckon Westmeath are going to get on next week? Because when I saw the draw come out, I thought that's one of the worst you could get from that section, really, away from Cavan, a team who have played more recently than Westmeath have played as well.
Yeah, definitely, and you look at it, what Cavan have achieved at under 21 level and that over the course of a couple of years, and how they performed in last year's championship as well. I would have been very worried for Westmeath when it initially happened, but I suppose, looking at it now with Martin Dunn out with a broken wrist and obviously carrying a suspension as well due to the brawl last week up again Armagh, if Westmeath can marshal Eugene Keaton, completely slow him down, not get him on as much ball, they will have a chance up there, but I'd still be a little bit worried. I think they're just a little bit behind at the minute.
Middle of the field was, I suppose, a bit of a concern the last time. Would you say Paul might consider some changes there, PJ, next time around?
Yeah, I'll be honest, and not just because Ray is sitting here beside me, but I thought Ray was pulled off very early again. Loud, he was doing his job well, and I just thought that he had a little bit more to offer, and he was pulled off quite early. Again, Westmeath will have to improve around that midfield section, because given he's a good player for Cavan, and he's an upcoming star, and he gets on a lot of ball. He's a great pair of hands, and he's well able to pick out the men in the inside line. Again, in around that middle third of the field, if Westmeath can get the better of it, which they have struggled for the majority of this season, they have struggled in the middle of the park. They struggled big time there again Loud. But if they can get that middle third right, they'll have every chance.
We're going to play Tommaso Flaherty after the break in a moment, but just want to ask you about Offaly. PJ, how you reckon they're going to get on? Because when we spoke before the show, you reckon Ockram is a very tricky one next week.
Yeah, definitely. Looking at Ockram, I honestly think that Offaly are going to struggle big time down there. When you go to Ockram to play again Wicklow, you see what Wicklow bring to the performance set again. Like the push leash for 45 minutes down there this year. They took Armagh to a replay down there a couple of years ago as well. So Ockram is a very hard place. Wicklow will stay with teams for maybe 40-45 minutes down there. I would be concerned with Offaly. Offaly haven't played consistently well for a 45-minute period all season. So I really think that Offaly are going to struggle down Ockram. I think Wicklow will win that one.